Good morning, traders and investors. Welcome to this delayed start of Pre-Market Prep Plus. Joel Elconin joining you here on this Monday morning, September 11th, and markets are off to a good start here. First of all, I want you guys to know we are now trading the December contract rolling over for our final expiration of 2023. My, how time flies. So keep an eye on that. Besides the CPI and PPI data on Wednesday and Thursday, we have the quad wage expiration on Friday, an early one because the first day of the month was Friday. Just getting to the S&P price action here, we started out with a rally off that opening bell, proved to hold that close at 11 and a quarter. Now we are trading in the upper 45.30 handle, just off the highs of the pre-market session. Do have some daily levels for you on the upside. The intraday high from Wednesday, that high from 9:30 until 4:15. Now that comes in at 43.50. There's a good target on a short-term target, six handles higher. If that's good enough for not good enough for you, Wednesday's Globex high comes in at 53 and a quarter, and that would fit in nicely with your 9-day average trading range at 47.50. They're talking about the Bucks selling off here. I see it down 44 cents, I guess, from the levels of last week, hitting that monthly resistance. Let me flip the charts up here for you and put the good old daily chart up here on the bottom and the monthly up at top so you guys can see the daily chart a little better. This 105 level just has been monthly resistance really for the entire year. So whether it's technical or fundamental, we hit a wall at 105 and now the buck is pulling back. If we're looking for another leg higher, you need to clear that high from last week in the dollar. Bonds are down a half a point here in 119 and 2/32. Not knocking on the door of the low from last week, but not quite that August low. Crude up 4 cents here at 87.54. What a wall you're building here on the daily. Where is that coming in at? Is that $90? Nope. On the dailies, that's just under $88. You have not one, not two, not three, but four highs between 87.58 and 88.08. That means someone's looking for an average price, so, 87.75 or 88. But definitely haven't seen a wall of resistance like that in crude in a while. Gold just seems to be stuck around 1950. The dailies are telling you it must hold 1940. Several lows in there last week. Actually, the last four lows of the week: 1940, 1940, 30, 1940, 80. On today's session, you did undercut that, fooled some people when you went to 39.50. But now gold is up 970 at 1954.60. High from last week, 1972. Silver, that's in the green by a quarter here, double the percentage of the gold market at 23.43. And Bitcoin being stubborn here, not participating in this broad market rally here today. It's traded down $260. That's 1%. That's at 25,745. All right, let's take a look at some of the top components here. That's like when I am away from the markets for a few days, I always like to take a look at some of the top components in the index. As you all well know, these top 10 stocks, I like to combine the two Googles to make it the top 11 stocks. I haven't checked lately, but man, it's almost 25, 30% of the index. And so if you're keeping an eye on these stocks, you can pretty much have a pretty good idea where the S&Ps are going. Apple getting a little bit of a relief pop here, trading in the pre-market, trading at highs of the pre-market session. Gap to fill. The only thing I'm thinking about here is 181.47. That was your high on September 6th. But thinking a lot about, someone's asked earlier about Microsoft. Man, Microsoft looks like it could be busting through a key level. We are looking at 340 here as potential resistance. The next daily high comes in. We are trading at the pre-market high comes in at 337.48. And boom, boom, that coincides really with not much. If you're looking for the next target, that comes in at 338.54. That was your August high, your August 1st high. So let's take a look at that. Tesla powering off its news. Tesla trading up still. Off the highs of the pre-market session. Adam Jonas giving a big boost in the market, a big boost to Tesla. That pre-market high comes in at 266.34. We will keep an eye on that. Always important to take out the highs from the pre-market session. On the dailies, we are busting through that resistance that you had at the 260 area. If you're looking for a gap fill today or any other day or next couple days in Tesla, you don't have too far to go. 256.52. That was the top of the range from Friday. So let's take a look at some of the top components. If you guys want to look at any of the other top components, let me know. I'll just tell you one that I've been thinking of lately quite a bit is Google. And Google's been having a good move here, really trading at the highs really of the year. And you know what I think the catalyst is here with Google? What do you guys think? What do you guys think has been a big catalyst with Google here lately? We'll wake you guys up here. I know you guys don't get much interactive talk, but what do you think? What do you think I'm thinking about Google and what has been the recent catalyst? Come on, guys. Something happened, started this weekend, and you saw it like all over the TV. What happened? Did you guys watch any football? NFL football? Yep. Google Rustico. Even though his mom's in town, he is still on top of his game. Exactly right here. The Google with the YouTube and the football. Donkin Dave is on top of his game. Louis Blanco doesn't want to be left out. NFL ticket, football, EKS, everyone joining in here. Scores, searches, search results. I mean, I wish I would have told you guys this a lot earlier because that would have been one heck of a trade. But man, you got some momentum here going with the NFL football. All right, let's take a look at some stocks that you guys want to take a look at here. And let's scroll back up. I mean, yeah, we got the CPI and the PPI, but that's well, 2 full trading days, not full trading days since we already started the session. So a little bit of a rally also, as I mentioned, moving into the quad witch expiration on Friday. All right, let's, what do we got up here? EKS, talk Oracle, right? They report, that's the big earnings report, trading just about at a new all-time high. What do we know about Oracle? Well, Oracle is Oracle, and Oracle is 127, the all-time high, 127.54. The all-time closing high, that came in at 126.55. That is the all-time closing high for Oracle. Going back to Oracle and Oracle history, man, you know what you say. They always run into earnings. A lot of times they get hit off the earnings, sell off a little bit, and then Oracle is Oracle, and it fights its way back. Also, later in the week is Adobe, ADBE. Adobe trading up 564 here on 31,000 shares. I really don't have much to give you here of Adobe. If you're trading above yesterday's high, no, you're not. You got Friday's high to keep an eye on here. Good level. So relative strength basis here, you're not above Friday's high. The S&Ps are, though that made a new high for the week. So your number of the week, Oracle going into earnings, I'd say it's ahead is that high at 570.24. So there is taking a look at Oracle, ORCL. We did the Tesla and we did Qualcomm. We have to mention the big move in Qualcomm here. off the renewed contract with Apple. Big old pop here. And my number for Oracle is 114.88. The reason it's 114.88 is before you had the big gap down day. I can't remember what the news was on that. Actually, I wasn't here, so I shouldn't know the news. 114.68. That was your closing price on Wednesday. You did exceed that in the pre-market trading, going all the way to 115.40, but I still like that number. Of course, the longest it takes to take out that pre-market high, the more of a chance that you fall back and fill the gap. It did give it. That wouldn't take much here in the issue. Well, it wouldn't take much to fill Thursday's gap at 120, at 110.70. But the real gap in here comes in at 107.07. All right. Joel, educate me. Give thoughts on buy puts on the daily high flyers. See how, what if I bought a put with a daily high longer? Oh man, those things are so tough. First of all, Dave, I think in a stock like I think like CRNX, and I'm just you asked about that stock. I'm gonna give you an example in this one. There's probably, and I don't know for sure because I haven't looked at the option chain on this. And I think that you're going to have to drive a truck through the spread in those things. I don't even know what the open interest is. So not always a good idea. Probably better off trying to find out what if you really want to short this thing into something, maybe find out what the borrow rate is. But man, I just don't think there's a real liquid market. And if you want to play these things from the short side, short term or long term, I know things can happen overnight. But you get your borrow rate and you figure out that. But other stocks it might be a little different. But speaking to Crinetics Pharmaceuticals Inc., I don't know. I don't know what the option market is. So there is what my thoughts on CRNX. If you want to talk just the technicals on CRNX, the pre-market high comes in at 29.19. That just blows everything away here. No historical references for this one at all. So keep an eye on follow through the pre-market. All right, moving on here to some other stocks that got hit. I just was looking. One stock that I wanted to look at because it got hit off a decent earnings report was AVGO Broadcom chip stock trading up 840 cents, 846. Took its hit off earnings and then it's coming down, came down to an area of support just under 880. So that is, but now you're getting a rally. If you're looking for a gap fill in Oracle, well, you don't have to look very far because Thursday's low was Wednesday's low was 866.74. You're right close to that area. So if you're playing that for a gap fill, boom, you're right there right now. The close on that day. If you're looking more on the upside, was 872.27. I really like that 872 area. A little bit longer term here. And I'm going to stop here just for a minute. I noticed that they are observing a moment of silence on the floor. I'm going to do that too. All right, we're back here. And what are we going to go to? Power School. I remember Power School sneaking in on the kids' grades and stuff. What's the symbol on this one? PWSC. PWSC going back to school. I don't know the technicals, the fundamentals here, but look at that $23 area. Boy, that just really stands out on the day on the dailies. They bought the dip, and then when that thing went from 25 to 20, you've already taken back half of the move at 22.50. I'd like to see some stability at the 50% retracement at the 22.50 area. Then power over 23. Once you get over 23, boom, you start to get into that big gap area. If you think this is a good move up here and you want to wait, you want to be patient, I'd go the other way with the 50% retracement and look at the move from let's call it 1950 to 23. That's 3.5. That's a buck 75. That brings you down $2 at 22 and a quarter. No, that's not right here. 20 to 23. It's a buck and a half. 21.50, 21 and a quarter area. If you get a little bit more of a sell-off here in Power School, that's on the dailies. Obviously, they hit it on the earnings, back to school theme. But if you're looking for a lot more momentum to the upside here, you got to get over $23. That's taking a look at Power School. Easy Mike, good to see you. EKS, Rustical, all you guys are back in your places. Let me know how Josh did last week. I know he's getting better and better every day. Another question I had over the weekend was, what is a potential target in Amazon here? Had the big gap up on earnings day. You went to 143.63. So for now, let's just keep an eye on that. The closing high of the move, though, was not made on that day. That closing high for the move was made on the 7th at 142.22. Challenging the high from last week. Was that the high from last week? No, the high from last Friday came in at 139.96. Really, I look at a potential sell zone here. You're trading at 139.04. But this whole 140 area, after you came down off the high of the move, the 140 area, it's supposed to be major resistance here going back all the way since early August. Change agent, good to see you too. SYM coming in. That's up 51 cents, coming up off the low of the move or the recent daily low. Good support at 35.61. Man, this stock really exploded here in 2023. Big move. Now the pullback. Still so far a red month for the issue. I do see some decent support here. This is on the monthlies at 35.20. So if you're looking at that, this month's low comes in at 35.30. So still pretty close to the monthly low. So not looking too bad. Symbiotic Inc. is what you're looking at. What I also would like to keep an eye on here, man, wow, after a big run up on the monthlies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months in a row, you're on a 2-month losing streak here. And boy, the close from last month, that's a big area. 43.79 was your close from last month, and your high so far for the month at 43.05. But you are on some monthly support. So if you're going to take a stab at it here, still bullish the stock, at least you got a level to lean on. The Thinker popping in this morning. Boom, boom. Good to see you. Thinker, let me know if you have any issues that you're looking to take. Yes, the Thinker is thinking out of the box here. He's thinking about Micron with these chips flying, and Micron trading just off the highs of the pre-market session. The pre-market high comes in at, this is a good level. Your pre-market high 71.29. Your high from last week comes in at 71.16. So there you go. You get through that weekly high. Yeah, there looks like there's room up to 72. But the next daily target would be 71.77. If that comes in for Micron Technology. We talked about the Qualcomm. Looks like you're going to have a hard time getting back up to that level. S&Ps, as we come in here to the final minute, S&Ps pre-market high 38.75. We'll be looking for follow through that level. The next intraday high, comes in at 43.50. Wednesday's high, the true Globex high, is way up at 45.53 and a quarter. That would be a nice, fat, juicy target here on the upside. Guys, remember, we are now trading that December contract here. EZZ is in Z for the Canadians, Zebra. So let's take a look at anything else do we want to see here. If you looked at my portfolios, Russell Codes, you'd see a lot of cash. And that's the way I'm going to stay. We're going to wrap the things up here on this Monday morning. Everyone, have a great trading day. Back with you for the closing print, and we'll have Triple D on today.